care who hears. I wanna live my life to the fullest, yeah, move past all my fears. Here we come, here we are, now clap your hands with me. Say you will, say you can, so clap your hands with me. Sometimes you'll feel like you're all alone and there's nobody else around, but we're all here grooving next to you, so see all the friends you found. Ooh, yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we come, here we are, now clap your hands with me. Say you will, say you can, clap your hands with me. Oh yeah, come on everyone, I want to hear everybody clap your hands. All together now. Come on, I know you can do it. Say you will, say you can. So clap, 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 clap your hands with me. You gotta feel the beat deep, deep down in your bones and let your body move. Don't let anybody say you cannot, cause you know that you can groove. Shake that body left, ooh, shake that body right. Feel the beat down in your heart and let your spirit shine. All right, come on everyone. This is your last chance. So I want to hear everybody singing and wave your hands with me. Come on. Here we come, here we are. Now clap your hands with me. Say you will, say you can. Clap your hands with me. Yeah. Here we come, here we are. Now clap your hands with me. Say you will, say you can. Clap your hands with me. Well, I got something to say right now, and I don't care who hears. I wanna live my life to the fullest, yeah, move past all my fears. Here we come, here we are, now clap your hands with me. Say you will, say you can, so clap your hands with me. Sometimes you'll feel like you're all alone and there's nobody else around, but we're all here grooving next to you, so see all the friends you found. Ooh, yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we come, here we are, now clap your hands with me. Say you will, say you can, clap your hands with me.
Hello everyone and welcome to this special Sandbox stream. I am your host today, PandaPops. Woo! Yay! Round of applause. And I am joined by an absolutely amazing person, and we have a really, really great show for you guys right now. We're going to have 45 minutes to an hour with the one, the only, the amazing Pepe, aka I forgot what your Twitter username is, even though I just did it. Voxel Gem, the amazing Voxel Gem.
Hi, Panda. Thanks for having me.
No problem. I absolutely appreciate you being here. I don't know whether many people in the chat know this, but at one point I was part of the Sandrush team. I helped you guys with Twitter, and did a few little things, and it was great to be part of your team. And I've seen you start creating Magic Palette, and it is great to be in a position where we are right now. So I'm super excited for that. But first things first, because I don't know how many people here in chat know who you are. So introduce yourself and let the people know, like, what is Sandrush as well. Let them know what you guys do.
Great. Thanks a lot, Panda. Yeah, it was a blast to have you on the team back then, and of course, things evolve. Um, but as you just mentioned, I mean, we all the time build on tools and especially tools for creators and builders to help not only our studios, also our partners and our artists, especially to build and create amazing stuff in the for the metaverse. And the journey started really back then already, when Sandbox started or initiated the Creators Fund. It was this time where I get hooked in, and I was in one of the first Creators Fund cells. And there I also met all my co-founders, like Chris, Nest, and Giuseppe, and we kind of evolved from there. So we did see there's more to just create asset for the Creators Fund, and we are super excited to now be in the position to even publish tools and also, of course, experiences for clients and all that. But our focus was always also the tech side and kind of build on top of the platform and the existing tools.
Yeah, and like you said, you've got like with the tool building and everything. You mentioned like Giuseppe, and I know Giuseppe obviously from the Creator Fund as well, and they have been sort of really creative. They're absolutely fantastic, and you do have a team of just amazing people in Sandrush. And one of the things you mentioned is that you have developed for other people, and one of those is that people here might not know, but you and Nabia Studios actually built out one of the CyberKong's experience. And I do have a little video. It doesn't show the main Shrine of Kongs, which obviously you guys both built as well, but it does show part of that experience. So I'm going to show just a little clip of that. And yeah, it's...
Cool.
The level of detail that I feel like Sandra, I say this all the time, but you guys make so many detailed assets. You're all absolutely fantastic there. But we're not here to talk about the experiences you're creating or the fantastic assets you create. We are here to talk about one of the amazing tools that you guys have been creating. And it is now up as SIP number 6 for the Sandbox DAO. And we are so lucky right now because you are going to do a whole presentation about it. And I'm so excited. You gave me a little presentation the other day and I loved it. So I can't wait for you to get into the nitty gritty. Now, the people watching, I am probably going to be quite quiet for this while I let Pepe just go to town on talking about this tool and how to use this tool. But if you do have questions, please pop those questions in the chat. And we have the amazing Lucas who will be gathering up those questions, and we'll do a little Q&A right at the end. So do put those questions in. and I'm just so excited. I'm really looking forward to it. So please let people know what Magic Palette is first of all. So what is Magic Palette?
Cool. Thanks, Panda. Thanks a lot. Yeah, Magic Palette is, and we touched it briefly. It kind of evolved out of our own needs to design and build levels in a really iterative way, especially together with partners like Nabia Studios, that we, together with them, we pushed production always in a different way, not kind of, especially in the pre-production and in the early level design phases, we worked with minimaps. And these minimaps are voxel based, and we transform them once we are ready to fully playable block-based games in Game Maker. So this is kind of where we're coming from, and it allowed us to do level design with so much more power and kind of variety of tools. Let's say voxel editors like Magic Palette, VoxEdit, or Cubicle. There are tons of cool tools out there that have also different features. And we leverage this to build, faster, and really dived into the player's journey as early as possible, figuring out the spaces where things should be kind of in the level design. And it allowed us, especially together with our partner studio Nabia, to share this vision back and forth with their level designers, with our artists, and really evolve it to a stage that is, I would say, sometimes not possible in Game Maker to do, because, as I said, we leveraged other tools to come to this point.
Yeah.
But basically, we transform voxels into blocks. That's the premise, and this is what Magic Palette does at its core. And I would say we dive right in. I can share. Let's say, let me share, for example, a few models so that you get an idea.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody watching cannot wait. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. It's so cool.
So here, for example, you see a minimap, a 2x2 minimap. So this is 192, 192, 128. The height is always 21.
The height is limited. That doesn't go up with the amount of lands you have, but yeah.
Exactly. So this is kind of the final stage where we pushed it to Game Maker with the help of Magic Palette, or with an early version of Magic Palette. The things here that I can point towards is, as you see, it is a temple, or a kind of temple structure. And the amazing things that we were able to do with this were, for example, when you go side view or front view, let's see. This build has a lot of floors. I will cut off a section here so that you guys see. That are, as we know in Game Maker, quite hard to dress. When you build inside of rooms, it's always a bit of struggle to place things, to align stuff. And with the help of Magic Palette, we had now the chance to really build floor by floor. So we started with the base layer, as you can see here, with this ground. dressed everything in this first area and sliced our minimap that you can see here into multiple floors. And step after step, once we are finished with a floor, we kind of pushed the next stage or the next floor to Game Maker.
Yes.
And worked like this.
So what you're saying is basically you can have this whole map built out, but then you can just push like sections to the Game Maker, get those sections dressed up, then push the next section and build it upon like layering it up. Super innovative, because that's fantastic. And one of the things you said earlier that I think is just brilliant is that you developed this due to your own needs, and right now this is something, obviously, as it being SIP number 6, make sure to go vote. I believe Lucas dropped the DAO link in the chat, but obviously this is something that you are hoping that the community will be able to use and utilize. So you've created something for your team and shared with like Navia Studios and collaborated, and now this is something that you want to push to the public, which I think is amazing. The whole being able to push each layer, fantastic. I'm sure everybody is super excited about that. In terms of customizing it, how does that happen? Can you switch things out? Can you what can you do with this? How does it generate these maps?
Yeah. I just fire up the second one so that you see another sample. This is a 1x1. So the cool thing is working like this in these minimaps. We have a bit of blurry resolution, I think. Hopefully you guys see what we have here. So the maps itself, these are pure voxel models. So you can work with them as you would work with building assets, kind of, because a lot of builders and creators kind of think when it comes to voxel models to making assets for the sandbox ecosystem. But they really, since you have access to tools like Magic Voxel here, you can use things that otherwise are really not possible or not yet possible in Game Maker. For example, shaders. You see it here on this front wall here. This is the Magic Voxel gradient shader that allows you to really see it even better. That allows you to make patterns or kind of generate patterns, and this gives you this nice gradient through your whole land, you know. Other things are, and I briefly mentioned it, going to model, that the player's journey can be, for example, here it's marked with these glowing voxels, can be really nicely dialed in a super early stage already. And the most amazing thing, I think, beyond leveraging the tools is the fast iteration.
Yeah.
So you really can push things around, take full land masses, bring them over, make your floating islands arrange better for the gameplay or whatever you aim for. This is huge.
So play games. We're obviously going to answer some questions at the end, but I feel like this is something you're going to end up showing anyway. So replacing blocks. Is there an easy way, if there's like you've generated a map, is there an easy way to be like, yeah, I'm not keen on that particular thing, and you want to switch out for a different color or a different type of block? Is there an easy way to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is what I will show you right away now. I would say I fire up Magic Palette directly now, and you guys see it live, how this exactly works with switching blocks, because it's quite easy, I would say. Or I hope the users can make these customizations really fast in Magic Palette. I would use, for example, this map here. It's a 2x2 floating island. As you see, it's all voxel based. And when you yeah, let's just fire up Magic Palette because I think this
We'll do a nice little walkthrough of how Magic Palette works, what you can expect. Obviously, you guys are still doing stuff, and some of the ways that things are being done might change before it's in its final stages. But this is going to be a really good way to showcase exactly what people can expect to be doing with Magic Palette here. And I'm very excited because I saw this the other day, and I'm so excited. Carry on.
Let's fire up. Yeah, definitely. We still have really. Is it just me? But on Twitch, I have really blurry resolution.
You look good on my side. Yeah,
I mean, both of us are quite sharp, but I mean that this screen. But maybe it's just on my side. Just that you guys see what I do here.
You look good on my screen, but maybe if chat can let us know if there's any issues, like if the quality doesn't look as good on there. Maybe I need to get like the super nitro.
Yeah. No, let's get started. This is perfect. As you see, I did just fire up Magic Palette, and let's load one of the. Yeah, let's choose this one. Let's load one of the maps that we just did see. As you see, it loads these maps in chunks. I just loaded the Vox file that we did see before in Magic Palette, and you see it looks quite quirky and maybe not to your liking. And this is exactly what the question was about. I now here can start to customize my land or my map. Therefore, we have different parts. I will tap into the generative part in a second, but let's start with this island here. As you see, we have a quite funny block in the underground, so we search here for dirt probably, or something that helps us to make. Let me check. Where is it? So we can, as you can see, we can search for blocks. These are there's a vast library that we provide here out of the box for all users. It allows you to search for blocks, and as you did see, I selected a block or kind of what do you say, one of the voxel colors, because each voxel is a block in the end.
Yeah.
So I will now kind of convert all the blocks to my likings and swap the colors quickly so that we get a bit more reasonable. For example, I just did see all the structures here are water or were water before. So let's change that. Let's add some, I would say, I'm not sure what we can do on top. Maybe a something bluish as well, but a bit darker. So you can search for colors and for different types of blocks.
Yeah, and I've got to say, like, you just going through this library right now, there is a huge variety, and you mentioned it earlier, that this is, like, you are providing this variety of blocks, of colors, voxels, for people that are using Magic Palette. They have this access to this library of all this, and as the question was, replacing blocks, you've replaced almost all of them with so much ease. It just looks so seamless of you replacing those.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing that is also, and I didn't mention it yet, and there's a small block here that we might even, this one. Let's make it glow, and we don't have that many glowing blocks, but just see it afterwards in Game Maker. As you can see, and you just mentioned it, Panda. It's quite straightforward. In the end, you select your voxels or your block. You can also switch here from block mode to voxel mode, and you see it here. This is how my model right now would look when I would export it to voxel or a vox file. And then I really just assign on the fly these colors that I would love to see, and populate my land with the style that I like, And I mean, this is pretty good already, I would say. It's fine, and that's the cool thing. You can also go back and forth in between these iterations that you make. Even go back to your minimap in as voxel state, then go back in Magic Palette, change the blocks again, go to Game Maker. So you really have this freedom of tweaking and adjusting and customizing your land super fast in various ways.
Yeah, one way I can see this being super helpful, especially if you're going to want to be updating your maps for maybe like seasonal events or just like maybe a little change. Exactly. You can just do that. You could be like, okay, now it's winter. I want to do a winter event. You add some ice, you put the snow on there, you change up the colors slightly. To me, this looks like that would be, for me, how I would probably utilize this the most if I was using this. I would definitely be doing like, I've got my map. Okay, I'm doing a seasonal event. Let me change it up. That's how I see me using this the most. Other people might have other reasons of using this in certain ways. Look at that. That's beautiful. Look at how quickly you're changing everything. In terms of when it comes to changing the blocks, you mentioned like I can see like you're selecting a big area. Is there a way where you're just like, okay, just this one section, I want to be a different color. You don't want to change all of that exact voxel. You just want to change a portion of it. Is that possible?
Kind of. In a way, it's all what you dial in your voxel model.
Yeah.
So as you can see here in the palette, palette builder, each color is kind of a range that you then can select. As for example, these top parts would be bottom here. And it's all kind of grouped in these colors. This is why it's called Magic Palette. So you swap your palette or you redefine your palette in your voxel file and then have the chance to do exactly what you just wanted to do. You go more granular and really go kind of, for example, would now separate the different parts of the build,
Yeah. Yeah, so you're kind of similar to within VoxEdit when you're in the model mode and you've got your swatch at the side. If you're changing the color of the swatch, it changes that voxel because they're linked, which is what this is. You've got the palette at the bottom and you're changing that those particular swatches for a different block, and that's what's changing there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think it's all about start thinking another way how you can build and design levels, because it's a different approach than going into Game Maker and start putting blocks,
Yeah.
So it's really this bridge that gives you more, I would say, flexibility and more tools at hand to really design fast and cool levels in a really iterative process. Yeah.
One thing that we talked about prior to this was that, like, yes, this you can make like fantastic maps, level designs like this, but also don't be afraid to think outside of the box. I was gonna say Vox because my next word is because you have mentioned you can create maps from Vox files, which means you can use almost any asset that you have created to then help iterate a map. And I gave you a Vox file. I didn't give you the best Vox file, but I gave you one. I don't know whether we can showcase that and let people see what was created from this Vox file I provided you. And this is what I really like, because it really does allow people to like maybe create something just a little bit very different.
Yeah, definitely. I mean that's the cool thing. You basically, I mean, let's remove this one, or I mean, we even don't need a 2x2, but as you can see, I mean, I can mess up things really quickly here, but I would say let's delete everything and place this out to 96. So we have an empty 1x1, and that's exactly, I mean, what we. Oh, I need to keep care because I think you were. Let me check. I actually really want to open your file that you gave me. Where is it?
While you do that, I'll just remind people, if you do have any questions about Magic Palette, anything that you want to ask Pepe, then please do put those questions in the chat. And make sure to go and vote for SIP number 6. It is out now for you to vote on. You have just under 2 weeks. I believe it came out on Wednesday. So
Yeah.
you have just under 2 weeks now left to vote. So make sure, go and vote. Do it. I mean it. Or else do it.
Yeah, super grateful for all your support. If you like the tool, yeah, please support us on the DAO, on the TSB DAO. And yeah, we're excited to bring this tool to all builders super soon already, because as you see, we have a working prototype. It's a minimal viable product. A lot of stuff still needs to be dialed in, but it works, and we want to give everybody access as soon as possible, at least to get started. We will have limited export functionality in this early beta version, but this is what we are working now together with the Sandbox team itself and the Game Maker developer, so that we can make this interchangeable and really interoperability between Magic Palette and Game Maker happen. This was Panda's Nutcracker, super cool model.
Thank you.
He sent me before the show, so super lovely. This is awesome. So I just started to throw together, yeah, a super quick whatever land. So I would say we can do. I mean, as said, this is really the start of everything. Also, the more advanced maps that you did see before, they started with just blocking out with things, as we do here. And I'm not sure what we want to do, but we need more of these, or we even can rotate them. Let's make a group. And I think that's the cool thing. You can really fast develop your level, in a way or another. And once you're happy, you then can bring this to Magic Palette and then to Game Maker and dialing in all the rest. But if you're not satisfied, as said, you can go back and iterate again and adjust your level. How does this look? So we have a little river, we have a few nutcrackers. What do you like? Get more than maybe more of these, or
It's just the land of the nutcracker.
exactly. And maybe we even could make a parkour out of it. Would be fun, actually. But I mean, you get the idea. I would now combine everything into one land. Let me clip shortly so that we have that. So that should work. Cool. Okay, not super fancy, but it's a start, I would say. So let's export this one as a normal voxel file, and then we see how this will look in, where is it, downloads. Cool, there they are. As you see, Magic Palette assigns blocks already based on the colors that you use. So it tries to find the nearest block in a way or another. Sometimes this can be quite quirky and not very fitting. For example, these ones I don't like that much, to be honest. Maybe we go darker. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. But I absolutely love that basically you are able to take like any Vox file, pop it in it was in Magica Voxel, correct? And then you move and then you put this in here. And now this could be a land. This could be, it's the size of a land, so one of those small assets that you've created, because this wasn't a big asset. You can now like place it, which can be really helpful if you have like a bespoke asset, like you've made like a skull face or something like that, and you're like, I could really do with this being like a main feature on this map. Maybe you've made a really cool monument, but you want that monument to be like a giant sword on the map. Think like Final Fantasy with those swords everywhere, the giant swords. All I can imagine is things like that being developed, where making it yourself in Game Maker would just be so difficult, so hard to do. But you make a little VoxEdit, like you make something in VoxEdit or Magica Voxel, and then you put it all together, you import it over, and now you've got this amazing map, and you can edit and bespoke it. It's so cool. You guys have done amazing.
Thanks. I mean, as you all can see here, this can evolve, but it's a really, for us, it's this playground, I always say, to to start fast and to really start building your levels out of voxels first. Because as we know in Game Maker, we have options, but they are not reversible or not kind of, when it comes to building with blocks, you're limited, I would say.
Yeah.
And therefore we have created this bridge here that allows you to really be much more flexible. Yeah. Cool. So this would be the one thing. Before I hop into, I see we're already in for 40 or so.
Yes.
So we would now just touch quickly the other aspect that is more geared towards, I would say, not professional builders or artists, more like people like landowners that probably would love to have something on their map. And before we go into Game Maker and see some of these experiences live here, I would love to show you the generative part of Magic Palette.
Yes, I think a lot of people would be very interested in that, because it's all well and good, like me, you, and some people in the chat. We know how to use VoxEdit, we know how to use some of these tools, so doing this part is really intriguing to us. But as you said, there could just be some landowners or even just not highly developed artists that know how to use all the tools. So yeah, let's jump into the generative maps that you guys offer as part of Magic Palette.
Yes, cool. So as you see, we have a sidebar here. We just used the palette builder. But when it comes to the generator, we kind of started with the premise to give the users or the landowners something at hand really, really quick,
Yeah.
And a lot of people might not be super creative, or maybe they have an idea or they like a game genre and would love to have something playable on their lands for themselves together with friends and all that. So this was our approach with the generative. It's procedural generated levels that we can do here for the beta version, and I will demonstrate this here now. We only have one generator. It's straightforward and super classic dungeon generator. As you can see here, I choose my game genre first, and then I have a few options to choose from. These are parameters that allows you to tweak your levels to your liking. And I just would say, this is all good. Maybe the room size, we do mix. We have structure density medium, structure high. We have 2 floors, so there's different levels. So let's generate the minimap. And you see it on the right side here. It generates you a preview of your map. And if I don't like it, I just go again. I, for example, would love to have a bit more structures in my land. So I do structure density high. Yeah, cool. This looks already pretty great. And as you can see, I can push this now to the viewport of Magic Palette and have a fully playable map out of the box, kind of, or a dungeon in this case, that has the different rooms, different types of hallways. Of course, everything is block based, so we're missing some components like the badass dragon and the skeletons and all that would populate probably one of these dungeons here. But as you see, the structure is there and all the paths are connected. Sometimes you have a bit more dangerous sections where you can fall into lava and all that.
If you're in a dungeon, it's gonna happen. There's gonna be dangerous areas.
Definitely, it should. And yeah, as you can see, you can not only generate your very own dungeon here. You also can customize it with, we call them level styles, with just one click. So these are prefab styles that you can apply on top of the existing, how do you say, structures,
Mhm.
and allow you going from lava directly to super frosty ice worlds and all that, or more like a underwater deep sea type
I
of.
think that's my favorite one, but just because I really, really like green and turquoise and stuff, and that to me
Yeah.
just like my eyes love it so much.
Yeah, it's a cool. And if you don't like it, you I mean, we can, for example, do something completely different, a flat one, generate a new map. It's not super exciting. Oh, this one looks cool. So
Oh,
you see,
nice.
you can have really a variety of levels, and yeah, customize them with just a click, as you see. So this would be more the lava stuff that I showed before, or you can go super kitschy. Um, even
I
even
really
kitschy
like that.
that
I
I'm not
feel
sure
like
exists.
Hello Kitty's gonna pop out right there, right now. She's the boss. She's the boss.
Yes,
You gotta fight at the end.
to fight
Um,
her
yeah.
here in the last section here, probably.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And I mean, this is still customizable. So we always can switch to our palette mode and start assigning other blocks.
Yeah, so
So it's
you can really like go back and forth with everything. So
yeah,
this is amazing.
yeah. So if I look into making a more I don't know. I mean, as you can see, that these structures have quite a bit more of granularity when it comes to assigning blocks already, as you
Yeah.
can see. These blocks are new, super cool to see them. I
Yeah,
always
like I have never seen these before in my life. Where did they come from?
yeah. So we constantly update and add blocks. This is by our artist Alex. I think it's one of these blocks he did recently. And this cool thing is you always can, if we choose a block, we always can also these are linked to the TSP marketplace, you
Mm,
know. So each block, I just show you the. So you see, you have the TSP block here. That so this allows you to work later once we have implemented this also with your custom blocks, with your own collection, kind of, and
yeah.
really start dialing in what you try to see and want in your levels.
I've really just loved the variety. Like the auto generate maps, fantastic. That's gonna be like a huge game changer for so many people. Like for me, I like building maps, but sometimes it can be really time consuming. And you've just done it like click button done, and then you can customize it, and it's just so helpful. Like all of this is just it's gonna be huge for people, which is why you should vote on SIP number 6. See how I segued nicely into that? Uh,
Fantastic.
uh, so we are sort of coming up to time now. I wasn't too sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything else like you really, really want to cover? I feel like we only have one question right now in the chat. So I'll ask the question. We did have a question earlier, but we answered it while you were creating. So
Cool.
Purple Lioness says, could you stack them like floors? So I think she means like, can you generate the levels? And then once you've generated one level, can you generate another and stack it like a floor?
Yeah. This is exactly what we did with this large temple build, the 2x2. it is a kind of, this always happens in your voxel model, you know. So you would slice your let me just fire up because it always takes a bit of time here. So you can slice your floors the way that you would proceed with level design, and it gives you the freedom then to, as I said, just push single floors to the experience, one after another, and
It's the Nutcracker Land.
it is. We just loaded the Nutcracker Land that we did before, and yeah, I think this is kind of the proof of concept here, that you can see. Actually, need to see where the spawn is. Spawn is centered. Okay, I mean, I would say let's start on top of a Nutcracker. And this is yeah, this is where everything starts. Oh, I missed. I totally missed the Nutcracker. But you get the idea. So you have your Nutcracker Land out of the box and ready to play, you know.
And the water acts like water, which I absolutely love. It knows that that's water.
Of course, everything is a TSP block in the end, you know. It just links this in, as I just did show in Magic Palette, to the correct blocks, and yeah, makes them assigned here in Game Maker, you know. So you really can start now to dress up things. I will not save this one, but go back to the main menu. I'll just show you one of the
better maps.
Yeah, of the, for example, a dungeon map, or let's show this one maybe. The floating island that we did work on before.
Oh,
and I think this is then where you really start seeing how things come together. As you see, this is the same land that we had before, just with a bit of darker vibe, also with bloody rivers and all that.
I love it. So cool.
And yeah, you can test and play these levels really fast now, as you see. So it's really it's helping you to build your level designs so much faster on this early stage of blocking out things and really making the decisions that you need to have, for example, here for player's journey. Yeah, if you are not happy, just go back to Magic Palette, swap everything into another theme, or even iterate back in your voxel file and move around towers, land masses, all the stuff, you know.
We do have a question that's come in from Lucas is right, where they said earlier in the stream you said this is an early beta version. What does the team see on the horizon regarding like next updates? Also, what are you personally excited about regarding the future of Magic Palette?
I just killed myself, sorry. But that's a great question. When you go to the SIP that we have right now live, we outlined quite a bit of our near-term roadmap.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of features that you did see today, we need to dial in, and that everything works as smooth as possible, hopefully, when we go live with the beta. A few important milestones on our side are loading custom blocks. Super important for builders that really want to dial in their custom experiences. This is a big thing that we are working on. Then another part is, of course, the interoperability with Game Maker. The less friction we have and the better direct data transfer in between Magic Palette and Game Maker we can establish together with the Game Maker team, the better it will work. And on my side, I'm actually most excited about the generative part, because we think and we actually already work on quite a few new generators. And this is something that makes me quite exciting, because we see the possibilities to serve so much more into this direction. You see here, this is one of the dungeon. It's now more styled like sci-fi type of deal. And when it comes to this, these structures, these are assets, and you did see it in the presentation. They are not completely random, and it's also not AI generated. I mean, AI is in all mouths today. It's procedural generated. So we kind of work with modules that then an algorithm combines in a way that it's playable and works towards. For example, I just can give you a small peek, not peek, but at least can mention something. So we're working on racetracks, on castles, on landscapes, caves, underwater worlds. So it's a vast variety where we kind of, as studio and together with our artists and level designers, we push content for you, but highly customizable and still with the convenience of just a few clicks, as you did see in Magic Palette.
Yeah. We did have another question come in, but I feel like you were answering the question while you were on a roll. I didn't want to interrupt you. So Nazman01 did ask, like, what are the generative options? And you did kind of go over it. But they do want to know, like, can we give it a prompt to build anything? And if you can't give it a prompt at the minute, is that something you probably might be looking into doing in the future?
Yeah, that's a cool question, and I really like it. As said, AI is not only on the horizon; it's here, as we all know, in many ways. What is in our, how do you say? So prompting is a way that can happen even here in Magic Palette at some stage in the future, probably. But what we bring here is, when it comes to 3D content or three-dimensional models, we also always have the problem that, for example, the faces, or in our case, we have too much staggered voxels and all that, and we know a lot from VoxEdit that we only have so much faces that we can publish and all that. So there are limitations right now, at least, and therefore we did choose the generative part over the straightforward AI part, because we're super early with AI when it comes to 3D models. It evolves fast as well, as we all know, and it's super cool. So we are definitely doing our own researches towards this as well.
So we've not had any more questions come through. We'll wait, see if anybody else has any other questions. But do make sure to go over to the Sandbox DAO, and this is Magic Palette SIP number 6. So do make sure to have a vote on this. Pepe, aka Voxel, it is Voxel Gem, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I keep forgetting. Voxel Gem, part of Sandrush, the founder of Sandrush, correct?
Co-founder of Sandbox, yeah.
Co-founder. I'm gonna get like a message off of the other co-founders being like, "We're there too." And I was like, I know. But yeah, go vote. Lucas has dropped that DAO link right there. But one thing
Lucas.
I do want to mention was earlier you were showcasing one of your amazing mechs. Lucas loves robots. And I just wanted to... I know we're here to shout out to Magic Palette, but I also need to make sure that we do a shout out to Sandrush and all of the amazing people on Sandrush. And I'm going to get that link to your Twitter right now, so people can make sure to follow you. Why can I not find you? Sandrush, come here.
Twitter
there
is
we go.
Sandrush, yeah.
Yeah.
Sandbox.
There we go.
Thanks for sharing.
And I know you guys have developed other tools as well. One of them being the one where you can try out equipment. So you guys really are just like leading the power way towards just doing so many tools within like the Sandbox ecosystem. And there was a slight comment. It wasn't really a question, but I feel like we do need to bring it up. They mentioned creators by Crafter. So about this being able to onboard Minecrafters because you can export Minecraft maps into Magic and Voxel, and then you could put that into the palette and get it over into Game Maker. Is that correct? Could we see this onboarding people from the Minecraft
yeah,
people?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I think I closed the map before, but this where was it? This floating island is actually show you this one again. Right. This is actually a Minecraft map, you know. So it really allows now this bridge, and I just did see the comment from Blue Tulip, I think it was. Yep. Exchange go all the way from Magic of Voxel to Game Maker to Magic Palette in between. Basically, Magic Palette is the bridge in between, yeah. And the opportunity that you have right now is really playing even or how do you say, get much more content into Game Maker, and therefore to the metaverse, to the TSP metaverse. I can show you this one because here you see it very well. And it makes this interoperability really happen, I would say, with importing from various sources. For example, here you can see it. This skull here is actually a Minecraft schematics file. You know.
Look how cool that is.
So this is really just brought over from Minecraft directly to the Sandbox now. And the landscape itself is a noise-based generated map that you can do in various ways. This one is also generated, procedural generated, you know, and just thrown together with in a few minutes, actually, with one asset. It's a ship that I don't own. Sadly, it's a cool one. It's a cool pirate ship. I'm not sure who's the author. So shout out to him or her. And yeah, off you go. You can explore your piracy map and start exploring the skull, and hopefully start creating adventures, because this is the premise that we really would love to bring to all of you with Magic Palette. Turn these voxels into adventures.
I think we'll just end on one final question, and then we will have to properly finish for here because we are at time now. But I feel like their question is important to mention. So, Achy Man, I'm sorry, I've butchered their name. Rio, do you need to create with a 32 VX blocks in Magicka for the bridge to work? Now, I don't know whether they were here earlier because we showed using just a normal Vox file and created a map using that. But yes, do they need to create with 32 VX blocks in Magicka for it to work within Magic Palette, is what they're asking. I think they're referring to, so like the 32 voxel size, like, you know, in VoxEdit and our terrain and the Sandbox's terrain blocks are 32 voxels
That's correct.
size. Yeah. So that I believe their question is saying, do they need to work with that 32 block size in Magicka for the bridge to work? Which I think the answer is like, no, it's much smaller because we took my big ass asset that definitely was taller than 32 voxels, but it was tooled in the map.
Yeah, definitely. That I mean, we can open up your file quickly and really, I think this is the perfect example. Let me find it again. Where's the nutcracker? You shared it with me before, and then it should be pretty clear. Where is it? This one? Yeah. Okay. So we have Panda's model here, and it's if we click into, it's 22 voxels by 21 as footprint, and it's 94 height. So if I just would export, and actually I can load this directly as it is into Magic Palette, it would be kind of in a it would fit into a 1x1, and to give you a better scope, a 1x1 is 96 by 96 by 128, as we know, and each voxel becomes a block. And of course, a block exists in the Sandbox ecosystem as a 32 by 32 unit, but the voxel becomes now a blocks, as you did see, and therefore what you really want to have when you build, and Magic Palette does the work for you, so it slices into lands, and if it's larger than this, it supports up to 2x2 right now. It is this land size that is kind of interesting for you to start with and to think about.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. Earlier today as well, Maxi said, take my money. So you've got an absolutely amazing product that you have created here. There's so much, you're providing so much with this. Like, not only obviously are you providing a bridge between lots of different avenues, between people from the Minecraft community could bridge their stuff over to here, but also, you know, artists creating in VoxEdit or Magicka Voxel can obviously create in there and bridge it over, and then bridge that to Game Maker. But Magic Palette itself, you are providing a tool there where you can generate maps just into Magic Palette and have that go into Game Maker. So you are providing so much there. You've got loads of custom blocks that people can, like, a huge library. You've got the generative ones with, like, the themes that are all, like, blended well together so all the colors work, but people can mix and match and make something incredibly garish if they really, really want to. So you're providing something absolutely fantastic here. I am so happy to have you on here, and I'm so happy that some of the Sandrush team are also in the chat. So thank you, Alex Sandrush. I see you. So I see you over in the chat. So that's absolutely amazing that you are here. Pepe, thank you so much for being here. I wish you all of the best and luck and success with this. It has been amazing having you. Is there anything that you want to tell the people watching you right now?
Thanks, Panda. Thanks for hosting and showing today together with me what we are working on. So Magic Palette, as Panda said, super important. Everybody that holds land or sand, please go vote. It's okay if you don't like it. Just vote, because it's us as community that decide what we want to build and what we want to push to the platform. You can already pre-register. Just drop us your email at magicpalette.io. So that's where you get early access as soon as we release the beta. And from there, we just can't wait to see what you guys will create, because we just provide the tool, and it's you guys that make it happen and build these amazing experiences.
Thank you so much for being here. Once again, thank you, chat, for watching. Make sure to go vote. I don't know if Lucas is here to quickly link that again, or somebody else. Anybody who has the DAO SIP number 6 Magic Palette. Thank you. As always, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the metaverse. Goodbye from me, and goodbye from Pepe, aka Voxel Gem. I said it right that time. Right. And oh wait, that's the wrong screen. Just switch for all the screens. Goodbye, everyone.